Have you ever wondered why some people always achieve success while you feel stuck despite your best efforts? Do you feel like your life is not changing even though you've set countless goals? Think of a mirror, not the one you look at every morning, but the one in your life. Your life is a mirror that reflects who you have become. Everything you have, everything you experience, is the result of the habits and decisions you made yesterday. So the question is, if life is a mirror, what is it reflecting back about you? Surely, if you change yourself, the results in your life will change too. But to do that, you must change from the inside out. You must become the person you want to attract into your life. In this video, we will explore an important truth. Success is not something you chase. It's something you attract when you become the person capable of achieving it. We will look into powerful principles in life, from improving yourself daily to raising your standards and developing your character. More importantly, I will share with you a simple but incredibly powerful question you need to ask yourself every day. Who do I need to become to attract what I want? Before we dive deep into the steps to change your life, I want you to take a moment to think about this. Do you feel that your life is reflecting what you truly want? Are the habits and decisions you make every day aligned with the goals you're striving for? Let's begin this journey of self-transformation and attracting success, not by chasing it, but by becoming the person who deserves it. Now, let's move forward with the first principle. Life is a mirror, and everything you have is a reflection of you. Imagine your life as a giant mirror. The mirror doesn't lie, it simply reflects what you project. Everything you experience, from your career, relationships, health, to finances, is the result of the habits, choices, and mindset you've developed throughout your life. If you look into the mirror and see an image you don't like, perhaps you're dissatisfied with your finances or relationships, that's a sign that your old habits, decisions, or thoughts are being reflected back in your life. Life doesn't reflect what you wish for, it reflects who you truly are. This may be hard to accept, but it is the truth, and you cannot change what you see in the mirror if you don't first change yourself. Let's consider the story of John, a friend I once met. John always dreamed of becoming a successful leader at work, but his life seemed stuck. Every day he felt dissatisfied with his job, but he couldn't break free from the cycle. He didn't work with full commitment, lacked clear goals, and didn't take care of himself. After months of feeling stuck, John decided to change. He began setting specific goals for each day, from improving his health, learning new skills, to building a disciplined work routine. These small changes, though initially unseen, started changing the reflection in his life's mirror. Within a few months, John not only advanced in his career, but also built better relationships with colleagues and improved his financial situation. John realized that in order to change his life, he first had to change himself. And once he changed, the mirror of life started reflecting the positive results. The lesson here is, life reflects not what you want, but who you become. If you want to change the results, you have to change your habits, mindset, and actions. Don't wait for life to change first. You must be the one to change first. So the question is, are you ready to look into the mirror and start changing yourself? To change the reflection in life's mirror, you need to become the person you want to attract into your life. Let's continue this journey together as we explore the next principle. To achieve better results, you must become the person capable of attracting them. We all have dreams and desires in life, from earning more money, building a great relationship, to having a meaningful job. However, desire and yearning are just the first steps. The truth is, wanting something does not mean you will get it. In reality, life does not respond to what you want, but to what you become. Desire is simply the spark that starts the fire, but to keep the fire burning and create light, you need to develop yourself, change your mindset, and take action. To achieve big results, you need to become the person capable of attracting those results. Therefore, instead of just sitting there and dreaming, start taking action and build yourself to deserve what you want. Let's hear the story of Sarah, a friend I know. Sarah always dreamed of having a job in the media industry where she could be creative and express herself, but instead of just daydreaming, Sarah took action. She started learning writing skills, took courses in media studies, and dedicated time to self-development every day. Although the job in media didn't come immediately, after a while, Sarah's relentless efforts started to create opportunities. She received interview invitations and eventually landed her desired job. Sarah realized that to attract that opportunity, she had to become someone valuable to the media industry, not just dream about it. The lesson here is, dreams and desires are essential, but to achieve them, you must become the person worthy of them. If you want a good job, you must develop the skills and abilities to excel in that job. If you want a great relationship, you must become someone capable of truly loving and caring for others. So instead of just wishing, we need to ask ourselves an important question. Who do I need to become to attract what I want? When you start building yourself with the qualities and skills you want to have in your life, everything will begin to change. To continue this journey, we will explore another important principle. We cannot achieve great results if we don't raise our standards of living. In life, we often tend to accept mediocrity because we think that's what we deserve. But the truth is, if you don't raise your standards, you'll always be stuck with poor results. Your standards of living form the foundation of what you achieve. If you settle for average, your life will reflect average results. To achieve extraordinary accomplishments, you must demand more from yourself, not just do what's good enough, but set higher requirements from work, relationships, to health. When you raise your standards, you start attracting opportunities and results worthy of what you set. Think about the story of Mark, a friend of mine. Mark is a hard worker, but he always felt unappreciated. His job was fine, but not truly remarkable. One day, after taking a personal development course, Mark realized that he had been living with low standards for too long. He was just doing enough to get by, not putting in his best effort. Mark decided to make a change. He started working with full dedication, not just stopping at what was required, but always looking for ways to improve and innovate in his work. Mark also began taking better care of his health, enhancing his communication skills, and managing his time more effectively. After just a few months, these changes helped Mark get promoted at work, receive more opportunities, and most importantly, feel proud of himself. Mark's story shows that when you raise your standards, life will begin to reflect back what you deserve. The lesson here is, if you don't change your standards of living, you will always be limited by mediocre results. Life will not change unless you demand it to. Raising your standards is not a one-time action, but a continuous commitment to never accept a lower standard than what you are capable of. So when you begin to demand more from yourself, you will receive more from life. And when you set higher standards for yourself, you will see your life change in a positive direction. However, to truly achieve great success, you need to build a solid foundation from your character. Let's continue exploring another important principle. Character is the most valuable asset that helps you attract sustainable success. You've probably heard the saying, character is currency, Saidi, and that's the truth. Success doesn't just come from your skills or talent, it also comes from the character you build every day. Your character shapes how others perceive you. It's what makes people trust you and want to collaborate with you. When you live with strong character, not just through talent, but through sincerity, perseverance, and responsibility, you will attract great opportunities. Character cannot be evaluated in a day. It must be built over time through your decisions and actions every day. And when you establish a solid foundation from your character, everything in life will naturally begin to change. Let's look at the story of David, a friend of mine who clearly demonstrated how character can open doors to success. David started his career with a small job, but he was always trusted by his superiors and colleagues due to his honesty and responsibility. One time, during an important project, David noticed a small mistake in a report that, if left uncorrected, would significantly affect the results. Although no one had noticed the mistake and he could easily overlook it, David decided to report and fix it. As a result, David's honesty not only earned him praise from his boss, but also led to a promotion opportunity later on. His unwavering character and right actions opened up a development path that wasn't immediately visible, but was very valuable in the long term. The lesson here is, character is not something you can fake. It's something you build and demonstrate through small actions every day. It's what you do when no one is watching, how you treat others when there's no personal benefit. When you live with strong character, you will attract opportunities not just because of your talent, but because of the trust you bring. So think about your own character. How are you building it? It is the foundation upon which you will attract sustainable opportunities and success in the future. However, just character is not enough. To truly attract success, you also need to have positive energy and a strong influence. We will now explore the next principle. Your energy determines what you attract. There's a simple yet powerful truth. Your energy is contagious. You may have heard about managing your time, but few talk about managing your energy. And this is the crucial factor that determines your success. Energy isn't just a mental or physical feeling. It affects every aspect of your life, from your work and relationships to how you face challenges. When you have positive energy, not only do you feel vibrant, but you also attract opportunities and people around you. On the contrary, if you carry negative energy, anxiety, frustration, or lack of motivation, you'll easily make those around you feel drained and reluctant to collaborate. That's why, instead of just focusing on managing time, you need to learn how to manage your energy to ensure it's always at its peak, helping you achieve your goals and attract better opportunities. An example of this is the story of Emily, a close friend of mine. Emily works in a creative industry and is constantly facing projects that demand high focus and continuous creativity. In the beginning, she tried to work as hard as she could, but often found herself feeling exhausted and stressed. This not only reduced her work efficiency, but also strained her relationships with colleagues. One day, Emily decided to make a change. She began setting aside time to recharge her energy. She exercised regularly, made time for herself each day, and developed a meditation habit to reduce stress. As a result, Emily not only improved her work performance, but also found herself connecting better with colleagues and clients. The positive energy she brought made everyone around her feel comfortable and eager to cooperate, which led to more opportunities for her. The lesson here is, the energy you bring each day determines how you interact with the world around you. If you manage your energy well, you will always have the strength to face challenges and attract new opportunities. Don't just manage your time, manage your energy, because it will determine the quality of your life and the results you achieve. So, are you ready to start managing your energy instead of just worrying about time? When you know how to maintain positive energy, you'll find your life becoming easier and full of opportunities. But to maintain that positive energy, you also need to build a solid foundation of discipline and perseverance. Next, we'll explore another crucial principle. Only when you truly earn what you desire can you sustain it long term. There is a big difference between deserving and earning. We all want many things in life, from career advancement to wonderful relationships or financial freedom. However, very few people realize that simply wanting something is not enough. You may deserve those things, but if you don't take action and create value, you will never truly earn them. To change your life, you need to shift from simply feeling deserving to earning. This means focusing on the actions and decisions you make every day, instead of just hoping for luck or wishing without preparation. When you start taking action and creating real value, you will see that what you want will naturally come to you. The story of Tom, a friend of mine, is a perfect example. Tom always felt that he deserved a better job because he had the qualifications and many years of experience. However, despite sending hundreds of CVs, Tom didn't receive any interview invitations. He felt he deserved a good job but didn't understand why things weren't working out as expected. One day, Tom decided to change his approach. Instead of sitting there and thinking he deserved something, he started investing in developing additional skills, taking courses, and getting involved in community projects to create real value. Not long after, Tom received the job opportunity he had been hoping for, with a higher salary and greater responsibilities. This only happened when he shifted from deserving to earning what he wanted through action and effort. The lesson here is, deserving is not something you can simply feel. It's something you have to earn. Don't just wait for life to give you what you want. Instead, create value, work hard, and take action. When you do this, opportunities will come, and you will see that you can achieve everything you once thought you deserved. Now take a look at what you've done and the results you're getting. Are you waiting for everything to come to you, or are you truly earning them through specific actions? When you change your approach, you'll see your life change dramatically. Let's continue this journey with another important principle. The real work is what you do behind closed doors when no one is watching. When you see a successful person, you often only see what they do on the stage. Successful projects, accomplishments, and sometimes the spotlight. But few people know that behind every success is a tireless process, countless hours of hard work that no one sees. True success is not built from public moments, but from the silent efforts made over a long period. These hidden works may not be praised or noticed, but they are the solid foundation that helps you achieve great results later on. The daily learning, the perseverance without recognition, or the hours of practice without an audience are the factors that create the difference between successful and unsuccessful people. The story of Michael, a famous swimmer, is a clear example of hidden work. Michael once shared that in the early years, he had to practice from dawn till dusk under the dim lights of the pool when no one was watching. Every day, he trained with high intensity, developing not only physical strength, but also patience and determination. During that time, no one knew about those hours of rigorous training. People only saw the medals and fame he gained after each competition. But what he did in the dark was truly the key to his success. Michael didn't just spend time training. He also stuck to his nutrition regimen, rest, and mental preparation. These were the hidden works that only he and his close ones knew. And thanks to that dedication, he achieved success that everyone admired. The lesson here is, success is not just about what you show to the outside world, but what you do when no one is watching. The hours you spend working hard without recognition, the moments when you push through challenges on your own, are what lay the foundation for your success. Success does not come from luck or chance, but from the hidden work, from relentless efforts. Transition. So, are you working hard, diligently building your career and life from the smallest things, even if there is no immediate recognition? Remember, success is a long journey, and these silent steps are the key to achieving it. Next, we'll explore another important principle. The relationships you build are not just a choice, they reflect who you are. One of the most important factors in life is the people you associate with. The people you spend time with, the ones you converse and learn from every day, will greatly influence the path you take and the results you achieve. Your relationships are a reflection of yourself. If you want to change your life, you need to start by examining the people around you. If you're in a circle where everyone has a negative mindset, lacks motivation, and doesn't care about self-improvement, it will be difficult for you to progress. But if you surround yourself with positive, creative people who are always striving to improve, you'll find yourself raising your own standards and achieving greater success. The story of Sarah, a friend of mine, is a clear example of the power of relationships. Sarah used to work in a small company where everyone was satisfied with their jobs, and no one really wanted to develop or challenge themselves. She also felt like she couldn't go any further, even though she wanted to change. One day, Sarah decided to join a personal development group. In that group, she met people with very different mindsets. They were all passionate learners who constantly sought new opportunities. After several months of participating in discussions, learning, and applying what she had learned, Sarah began to change. Not only did she find an opportunity for promotion at work, but she also developed quality relationships that helped her grow further in her career. Sarah realized that it was the people she surrounded herself with that changed the way she saw herself and what was achievable. Her relationships reflected a life of success and growth. The lesson here is the friends and colleagues you surround yourself with will reflect who you are. If you want to achieve success, start by changing your environment. Seek people with similar goals and values, people who will lift you up instead of bringing you down. Your relationships are one of the key factors that determine whether you go far or remain stagnant. So, are you surrounding yourself with people who will elevate your value? Do you have the courage to change your circle if it no longer serves your growth? Take a look at the people around you and start making changes if necessary. Next, we'll explore another important principle. How you perceive yourself will determine the life you will have. One thing that few people realize is that what you tolerate in life will define your standards. This is a simple yet powerful truth. You cannot expect a better life if you continue to tolerate things that aren't valuable. If you accept toxic relationships, an unsuitable job, or unhealthy habits, your life will reflect these things. Your standards are not just things you wish for. They are what you are willing to demand from yourself and others. When you stop tolerating the inferior, you will naturally raise your standards and begin attracting better opportunities and relationships. The story of Linda, a friend of mine, is a clear example of this lesson. Linda is smart and talented, but for many years she accepted unhealthy relationships. She had a boyfriend who always hurt her, but Linda thought she couldn't find anyone better. She also worked in a company where she wasn't comfortable, but because of financial reasons, she didn't dare to quit. One day, Linda decided to make a change. She started setting higher standards for herself. She no longer accepted unhealthy relationships and decided to look for a job she was truly passionate about. She no longer accepted what was just good enough, but required herself to be treated with respect and recognition. She found a new job and ended a toxic relationship, even though it was difficult. Within a short time, Linda felt her life change. She became more confident, happier, and better opportunities started coming her way. When she stopped tolerating the undeserving, her life began to reflect what she truly wanted. The lesson here is, what you tolerate in life is what will determine your standards. If you continue to accept things that are undeserving, your life will remain at that level. But if you demand more from yourself and others, your life will change for the better. So, are you tolerating things that are undeserving of you? Are you setting higher standards for yourself and those around you? Remember, when you stop accepting mediocrity, you will begin attracting things that are worthy of your value. Next, we will explore another important principle. The real work is what you do every day, even when no one is watching. If you want to achieve anything great in life, self-discipline and consistency are the keys. Success does not come from breakthrough moments or luck, but from doing the hard work every day, even when no one is watching. Self-discipline is the ability to do what's right, even without supervision. Consistency is the act of continuing to pursue your goals despite facing challenges. What you do every day, the small decisions, the habits built consistently, will lead to big results later on. Think of self-discipline and consistency as two forces that continuously push you forward, no matter how difficult the path may be. Therefore, if you want to become unstoppable, you must nurture both of these qualities every day. The story of James, a longtime friend, is a vivid example of the power of self-discipline and consistency. James had always been passionate about sports, but he struggled to maintain a consistent workout routine. At first, he only trained when he felt motivated, and the results weren't great. There were even days when he gave up because he felt too tired or didn't have enough time. However, James decided to make a change. He created a strict workout schedule and committed to sticking to it no matter what. Every day, no matter how busy, he dedicated time to work out. Over time, the small daily changes brought significant results. James not only achieved the physique he desired, but also felt his mental and physical energy improve dramatically. James realized that it was the discipline in the small actions each day that made him unstoppable. Success doesn't come from sudden leaps, but from perseverance in small, consistent steps. The lesson here is, self-discipline and consistency are not things you can do in one day, but habits you need to build every day. If you persist in doing the right things, even small ones, without expecting immediate recognition, you will achieve great results. Consistency is what helps you maintain success in the long run. So, are you ready to build self-discipline and consistency in your life? Remember, consistency isn't easy, but it is the deciding factor that keeps you from giving up even when things get tough. Next, we will explore another important principle. How you perceive yourself will determine the life you will have. Life is not a series of random luck, but the result of the decisions and actions we make every day. When you understand that everything you have in life is a reflection of what you become, you will begin to realize your role in creating your future. From raising your living standards, building strong character, managing your energy, to doing the hidden work, all of these factors contribute to making a difference in your life. The key to becoming unstoppable is not chasing success, but becoming the person who can attract and sustain success through self-discipline, consistency, and a system of positive habits. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. You just need to start taking action today and continue growing consistently. Every small step forward will bring you closer to your goal, and eventually you will realize that success doesn't come from what you dream about, but from what you've earned. The story of Michael, who built a business empire from scratch, is a clear testament to this. In the early years, he didn't have much money or fame, but Michael was always committed to never giving up, despite the challenges. He applied these principles every day, from taking care of himself, maintaining discipline at work, to continuously learning. His perseverance led him to the extraordinary success he had always dreamed of. And Michael's story is a story of many people around us. They are not born with luck, but they build success from their efforts and commitment. Key lesson. The lesson here is, success does not come from what you wish for, but from what you actually do and become every day. Start with small steps, and gradually you will see your life change. Your standards, the relationships you build, and even how you perceive yourself can all change if you commit to acting and improving every day. So, from today, how will you begin to take action? Are you ready to change your old habits and step out of your comfort zone to become the person you've always wanted to be? We can all achieve great things by starting with small, consistent steps. Remember, life does not respond to what you want, but to what you become. Now, we'll end with an important question you need to ask yourself every day. Who do I need to become to attract the things I want in life?